Hey there, Diane Conklin with CompleteMarketingSystems.com. Do you use the word optimize? Optimize. What does that even mean, right? To me, optimization means how do you take what's working and make it better, right? How do you look at your business and say, how do we do things how do we make things work better than they're already working, right? It's not about taking, sometimes it is, but to me, optimization isn't about taking, and looking at, okay, what's not working or what didn't work and figuring out how to make it work. It's about taking things that are working already in your business, right? How do you take those things and accelerate them? How do you take something that's bringing you a 3-to-1 ROI and make it a 6-to-1 ROI, right? Or a 10-to-1 ROI? How do you take those things? How do you make things work better? How much time do you spend looking at how to optimize your business, right? So many of us, instead of doing that, we keep trying new things. We keep throwing mud on the wall. We've got this, great program that's working. I'll give you an example. I have a client that called me and said, Diane, it was actually a former client, but he called me and he said, he sent me a message and said he needed to talk. And so we set an appointment. And when he called, he said, I'm in trouble. I'm about to lose my business. I'm about to lose my house. This is really bad. I need your help. And I said, well, why are you in this situation? Well, the business is this and that and the other thing, and nothing I'm doing is working. And, we've all gotten to that point where we feel that, right? And so as we started to talk and I started to ask him some questions, what I realized was, I said, well, what have you done in the past that's worked? Well, he had this direct mail campaign that was giving him a 12-to-1 return on investment. Check that out. A 12-to-1 return on investment. That means for every dollar he spent, he was making 12. And I said, well, why don't you just do that? Why don't you do that again? And his response to me was very typical. He said, Diane, I can't afford it. And I said to him, I'll call him Brian. I said, Brian, could you borrow, some money? Could you borrow $500 for somebody for 60 days, for 90 days, and tell him you'll pay him back and you'll add $100? Or, whatever, the number doesn't matter, right? If you can invest $500 in direct mail and bring in 12 times that, to me, that's a no-brainer, right? You're going to bring in $6,000 with an investment of $500. Let's say it didn't work as well. Let's say it was half. It was 6-to-1. That's still $3,000. You pay the person that let you borrow $500. You pay them back. Give them another $100. Give them $200. Hell, give them $1,000. Who cares? You've got $2,000 now to play with your marketing. Go invest another $500 in the direct mail that you know is working. Take that same ad and see if you can make it work with a Facebook ad. See if you can make it work on LinkedIn. See if you can make it work as a classified ad. See if you can, do some Google AdWords. Banner ads. There's all sorts of ways to test this now, but you've got a program that's working. He couldn't see it, and he didn't know anybody who would let him borrow money to do this, right? And so he's out there scrambling, right? He's literally in panic mode, looking for something that will work when he already has something that will work and work amazingly well, right? Optimize that. What if you sent that same piece and instead of a 12-to-1, you got a 15-to-1 or a 20-to-1, right? Return on your investment. For every dollar you spent, you got more than that 12, which by the way is phenomenal, right? Most of us would be happy with a 3 or 4, one, per return, right? Every dollar we get 4, every dollar we get 3. Those are good numbers. For every dollar he invested, he was getting 12 back. So when you look at optimizing your business, look at what's working. And sometimes when we get in these modes of frustration, when we get in the mode of it's not growing fast enough, we forget to look at, okay, what have we done that's worked? What are we doing now that's working? And so how do we take that and use that as our standard and then try to better it, right? So we've got something that's pulling, let's say a 3-to-1 ROI. Let's change a picture, let's change a headline and see if we can get it to 4-to-1 or 5-to-1. If we do, then that's our new standard, right? If it doesn't do as well, then we go back to the way it was. That's called marketing, right? And that's called optimizing your business. And you should be doing this. I'm not saying spend all day, every day, but once a month, take a day and really look at, what is it in our business that's working really well that we should be doing more of? Most of us get in the mode of just doing things, and we don't look at our numbers. And not that business is all numbers, but certainly it's a part of it. And your numbers will tell you a lot about what to do, what to stop, what to continue, what to do more of, what to do less of. All of those things is an optimizational process, just like it was for Brian, just like it can be for you. If you want help, if you want to look at how do you optimize more things in your business, instead of putting on your plan for next year these 12 or 15 brand new things, what if you could reduce that to 4 or 5 things? Because you now are going to work on optimizing these 4 or 5 things that are already working really well, right? What's harder? To work on something and make it better, or to develop whole new programs, products, services? It's way harder, way more time consuming, way more expensive of an investment to develop all these new things when you more than likely have things that are working. And maybe you just need somebody to take a look at it, which we will do during the upcoming event. Check it out. Go to actionacceleratorevent.com if you want something different for your business. And look, not just somebody who's going to mouth about it, not just somebody who's going to talk about it, not somebody that's going to make empty promises, but somebody that's got a proven track record that's been around for 30 years doing direct response-based marketing, not only for herself, but for literally hundreds and thousands of clients who are doubling, tripling, and 10 times their business in periods as little as 90 days, 6 months, 12 months. That's who I am. That's what I've done. I'm not some new person. This isn't theory. This is know-how. That's knowledge plus action is know-how. If you want that person to help you, go to actionacceleratorevent.com. Say yes, get registered, and I'll see you November 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th from the comfort of your own home, your own computer, your own office, because the event will be virtual. We'll go from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, all 4 of those days. We'll have the afternoons to implement, to actually get some things done, to look at these things. I'll be available in those afternoons for some one-on-one calls if you want some additional one-on-one help directly from me, all for a very, very small investment. Why? Because I want to help your business be different and grow and explode, not only the rest of this year, but all of 2022. Check it out. ActionAcceleratorEvent.com. I'm Diane Conklin. Until next time, make it a great day.